Sweetie, tell me what's going on here.
I made sauerkraut for well, I guess it's actually the second time. The first time I made it was many years ago, and I had a little bit of cabbage from the garden, and I didn't do it properly, and it got moldy.
Okay.
So, and then I think it was last year or the year before, I got this beautiful crock, and I was so excited to use it. And so, and then, do you want to hear the story?
Yes.
Okay, I thought that I had bought some starts because I was out of town during the month visiting our daughter. I was out of town when I normally do my starts. So I went to the store and I bought some starts for the garden. And there was this little pack of cauliflower, and I'm like, oh, cauliflower sounds like fun. So I bought these cauliflower things. So I put them in the garden, and I was watching them grow, and they're doing really good, really good, really good. And I haven't done cauliflower or broccoli for many years either, because the last time I did them, they just got really tiny little head, this huge plant. They kind of bolted. It's just, I don't know if our soil wasn't right or whatever. So, but I thought, oh, I'll try it this year. Because I thought, remember our garlic garden?
Yep.
We didn't get our garlic in time, but we had some garlic in there, and I read that cauliflower does really good in there. So I put these starts in there, and they're growing great. And they got really big, and I kept thinking, when are these cauliflower heads going to open up? Well, it turns out they were cabbage.
Yeah, right.
But they were great cabbage.
They were beautiful cabbage.
I had like 4 to 5 pound and over 5 pound.
Yeah, 5 pound, 11 ounce was one of them.
And they were gorgeous. And
yeah.
I guess cabbage is kind of hard to grow because you do get bugs and worms. And we did have a few bugs, but for the most part, it was pretty good. So then we had all this cabbage, and I like to get rid of the process because I'm like a no waster.
Right.
So I pulled them, and I did, between these 2 jars, this was the overflow that wouldn't fit. Okay. This is 3 heads of cabbage, which is pretty close to 15 pounds. You know, like one might have been a little light, one a little over. So I did it with this crock.
All right.
So there we go.
So you were telling me a minute ago, what is that juice?
That is all juice from the cabbage. Like, I didn't add any brine to this. I had pulled the cabbages that morning, and
can you pop that lid again? I can't believe that.
I had pulled the cabbages that morning, so they were super fresh.
So that all that is coming out of the cabbage?
Yes, and it was like that day. So you pound your cabbage, and you pound. See, the first time I did the kraut, I did not do a good job. You really have to pound it good. You have to get all the oxygen out. And I had done a small thing my first time. I didn't have pickle pipes. I didn't have really good proper containers. And you don't have to have pickle pipes, but these really are pretty great because these
pickle pipes.
Oh,
pickle pipes.
Because they keep the bad stuff out, but they let the oxygen out. So there's a little hole here. So this you have less likely to have mold and that kind of issue. And I got a pickle pounder, which I've always wanted. Like,
right.
I've been doing ferments for years, and I didn't have a pickle pounder. I got one. So you sit and you pound and pound and pound your cabbage, and you salt it, and you do all this stuff.
Yep.
And then you get the oxygen out. So you can see I've got this really packed in. And actually, we can try this later today. Awesome. Some people say to wait 6 weeks, but like my homesteading family lady, Caroline, that I really like, she says after 3 or 4 days, they start eating it. So people, just depends on how sour you like your stuff. And you can keep letting it ferment,
Yeah.
But let's check our temp. This is a great temp. 73, like in the 70s over here.
Right.
We have a little house, so I kind of picked this corner because you don't want it by other ferments either, so I didn't want it on the counter by my other stuff.
Why don't you want it by other ferments?
Because you get cross-contamination, like with our kefir and stuff.
Gotcha.
So this is a nice spot, and you don't even necessarily need this, but I thought I'm going to put this over the top just to keep anything out.
Yeah, this is a really nice isolated corner, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's like not really around anything.
Yeah, I think so. I was a little nervous about using this crock, even though it's so beautiful, because it is an old kind of a thing that people used to do, but now they have all the new things. So with this crock, you're more likely to get some issues with maybe a little bit of mold or cam yeast, which is a harmless thing that goes on the top of your ferment. But anyways, I'm excited to see how it turns out.
Real quick question, just a conclusion. So you pick your cabbage, you wash it, and you just put some salt in it, and then you just put it in there?
What did I do? So I picked my cabbage in the morning because you want as much juice in it as possible. And mine was super fresh. And then you obviously take off the outer leaves that are icky. You thinly slice it, really thin. And then you, there's a proportion, I think it's like 2% for the weight for salt.
Okay.
And then you sprinkle your good salt, like I did a pink Himalayan salt, but a lot of people use like Redmond's or something like that. And you massage it, and that's how you get all that liquid out of it. You massage it and massage it and massage it. You keep doing that, and then you pound it, pound it, pound it. Then you pack it into containers, and that's it. So this is just salt and cabbage.
Salt and cabbage with some care and pounding.
Yes, and we should try this today. Maybe with with our little.
That would be great. We're gonna have a little steer with some cabbage on it. All right, hey, thank you.